Hey everyone, and welcome to our new episode of the interview experience by I Love Metallurgy. I am Chobi, and today we have Jyoti ma'am with us uh, as our special guest. She recently got placed in AMNS, so first of all, congratulations, ma'am. Uh,
Thank you.
and so to begin with, can you give us a brief intro about the company?
Yeah, sure. So I got placed at AMNS India Limited. It is an integrated steel plant situated at Hazira, Surat. It was earlier known as SR Steel, and after its acquisition by ArcelorMittal and Nippon Steel, it was named AMNS. And now it is a joint venture of 60-40 between ArcelorMittal and Nippon Steel, which are one of the largest steel producers in the world.
That's impressive. So, ma'am, what will be your role in the company?
So I am offered the role of GET, Graduate Engineer Trainee.
That's amazing, ma'am. Ma'am, can you tell us the CGPA required and the selection procedure of the company? If, for example, like the number of rounds and the nature of the rounds.
Yes, so the CGPA, I mean the marks, the percentage requirement was 65% throughout your matriculation, intermediate, and graduation, and there shouldn't have to be any backlogs, no backlogs. These were the requirements, and the selection procedure was the first round was the written round. Thereafter, we had two rounds of interview. First was the technical round, and thereafter the HR round.
And ma'am, would you like to share your experience with the entire procedure?
So the process was quite smooth, though it took a bit long, but yes, it was a smooth experience. So first in the written round, we had 80 questions in total, 30 from the aptitude part and 50 from the technical domain. And the time allotted was 1.5 hours. So the level of questions in the aptitude part were easy. As per me, they were easy, but in the technical domain, the level of questions were good. They were between moderate to difficult.
Oh. So, ma'am, can you tell us how important are projects and internships for a good placement?
So if you're eyeing for a core company, then yes, you should definitely have a project in the core domain, because in the interviews you will be asked about the projects that you have done. So yes, even if you do one, it is helpful. You should do one if you are interested in core.
Ma'am, can you please let us know about the strategies you adopted which led you here?
So the strategies are like for the aptitude part, for the quantitative aptitude part, I referred to R.S. Agarwal's book in quantitative aptitude, and thereafter I practiced from India Weeks. And for the technical domain, the I just you have to make your basics clear, uh, and yes, you have to select at least two subjects which have to be a favorite subject, and you have to be completely thorough with them. Each and every concept, everything, you have to be completely clear to it.
Thank you, ma'am. So the last question of the evening, could you please give us some tips like the do's and don'ts for a good placement?
So do's and don'ts. I mean, first you have to be consistent in your studies. I mean, if you and yes, perseverance is something that for the placements is required, because there would be times that you would feel that, oh yeah, my friends are getting placed and I'm not. But yes, the time will come if you have done the right amount of work. Then yes, sooner or later you would get the fruit of it. Okay, so and the do's and don'ts, like in the interview process, the CV plays an important role. So I would tell that do not keep anything irrelevant, or just don't add up everything into your CV. Just put on relevant points which you could actually justify there. if you were asked a question, you could give a satisfactory answer about it. And yes, and it doesn't have to be something that you have to just brag of. No, you have to give the satisfactory answers. So just put on relevant facts and figures, and yes, be confident, don't get nervous. That's it. And I would add on that about the questions, types of questions being asked in the interview. So in my technical interview, the questions were really basic. First, I was asked about the project that I had pursued. I had a few couple of questions on it since my project was on welding. So I was asked about electric resistance welding and its functioning and all. Thereafter, I was asked about my favorite subject, so I told them that iron and steel making. And I was asked questions from blast furnace, just basic ones. I was asked to draw the blast furnace, label it, uh, show the temperature zones, and yes, after that, I was asked from a heat treatment of steels, where I was asked to draw the triple tree diagram and explain the magnetic transformation. So that was it.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, what was the level of the aptitude?
The aptitude test was, I mean, the aptitude part was relatively easy. Could easily get through it by practicing from India Bix and R.S. Agarwal's book. And yes, for the technical part, it was a bit difficult. There were numericals, and the overall coverage of the whole syllabus was quite good. And there were a few unpredictable questions from physics as well, from polarization chapter. So yes, there were two or three questions for unpredictable.
So thank you, ma'am, for taking up some time from your busy schedule. It was a pleasure to have you here, and your words were really informative and beneficial. So thank you, everyone.